Let's do it.
All right, we are recording. If you want to give us an intro.
All right. We are back with another episode of Gone Buck Wild. I am Oryx Wild, your host, with my co-host today here, Cathaidan. We need a fancy name for you, Cathaidan?
Well, yeah, I don't have
It's
one
fine.
of those.
Okay, well, Cathaidan it is for now. And we're here today to talk about none other than NWBL Season 12, or I guess, the Season 12 league, which has concluded very recently. Cups are up. Go see your opponent. It's going to be crazy. What do you think about this season, Cathaidan?
Definitely some surprises from where we started the season, where we thought we would be. Teams that especially started game 1, game 2 really hot, really dried up fast. And just kind of out of nowhere really just fell off to the point that I don't know what happened to them. Especially down in bronze. Bronze just went nuts this year or this season.
Yeah, bronze was a wild place.
But even in silver, there were some pretty shocking results that came about. Gold kind of shook out close to how we were expecting.
Not quite though. I mean, Mellis is staying up. I was a little surprised. I was impressed.
That definitely surprised me, but Wolf staying up, Caribou staying up, Wintergreen staying up. I mean, those are three top players.
Totally.
But what do you say we actually get into some of these breakdowns?
All right, let's do it. Where are we going to start? Let's start with Eris League.
Where?
Let's do Eris. Let's do Cup from last because it's the wildest to me. So Eris League is my league actually. I was a little surprised. I kind of thought Bucky was going to win it all with his meme team, but I'm not. I mean, Undead I think are still super strong, and the particular makeup of this pod, which was elves, Imperial nobles, rats, TK, nobles, me, and Bucky, is I think a pretty good spread for Undead because they're kind of on top as far as bashers go. You could say that they're kind of vying for with TK, but TK aren't so great early on, whereas Undead are very strong early on. So I think it kind of was it was their league to some degree to lose, and they did not lose it. They were, they just took it all the way. The banker was a pretty strong opponent, so I'm not super surprised. I felt like he was consistently really good with his bash positioning, where he's really good at cutting off my avenues for assists, making sure that he gets to follow up into another assist and I don't. So I definitely, my inexperience in the bashing, especially the bash on bash matchup, it really showed this season. So that was interesting. I came in third. That kind of tracks, right? I'm playing a really strong team, but it's not my area of expertise. And yeah, it was an interesting season. There was I knew that looking at the season in the very beginning, I knew I was oh man, Moggers is going to be tough. My season is probably pretty easy. Was not actually easy. I thought I had good matchup spreads, and I think I did. And then I was well, I'm really gonna have to overcome Moggers. And then it came down to if I beat Moggers, I probably win the division or maybe come in second. I would have won. And then I lost to Moggers, and instead I lost. It was a good game though.
It was a good game. It was a close game. And the weird thing is, this is the only division out of bronze that, at least as of right now, is only sending 2 up.
Yeah, well, because there were 4 people on 12 points, and honestly, I was going for silver. I think that I'm actually benefit from staying down and getting another season to develop before I move up, but it is what it is, right? I didn't get the 12.
Well, and I think there are some things that kind of hurt you. I think the FAQ coming out during the season that slapped Loner onto the Treeman, combined with just that kind of brought OWA down. It almost makes the ogre a better pick for OWA.
Yeah.
And that happening after you already had your tree definitely kind of impacts how that's going to play out across the season.
Totally. And also, I think I just built wrong, right? Like, I should have just taken the ogre game 1, and I could have. I just was like, oh, no, I'll do it this way. It'll be great. And, I mean, it was fine, right? But I really noticed it. And then because the ogre's expensive, I think I could have. I just I'm not familiar with the new rules. You get a lot more money, and I think like uh like spiraling expenses or whatever they call it, expensive mistakes, is not super common when you only have like 100 or 200K. So I think I could have been safe to just save up for the ogre, but I just at the time, like, I kept getting injuries and I felt like I needed more players. So I think that my inexperience with the race really showed, and I kind of misbuilt. Like, I think I took well, first of all my dwarven, going deep into my team build, but armor value on that dwarven lineman is not what it's fine, but it's not really what I needed there. And Troll Slayer should have Mighty Blow, Blitzer should have Guard.
I would definitely at least agree with that. Well, sorry, it's showing me it's picking up in some place but not others. It's weirded me out.
Wait, can we confirm that people on the stream can hear you? They can, right?
I know they can when I'm echoing. I was trying to eliminate some of the echo.
Gotcha.
And so as long as I'm echoing, I know they can hear me. That was the problem. Is I was trying to cut some of that out because I'm still fiddling and playing.
Yeah.
I mean, the plus AV, obviously, not a take I would have taken. Granted, it's only plus 10 in team value, but you're already armor 10. You really don't care.
It's true. It does not meaningfully lower my percentage. It's like from 4% to 3 or 2.5%, I think.
Right. Other surprising things here. Russ Castronova tying with you at that same 3-2-2. I really think that's just Imperial Nobility is just not that strong of a team.
Wait a minute. How did I get 11 points, but he only got 10? That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't Russ
if you're
be
looking on the tournament page where I am?
Oh, okay.
It doesn't include the makeup games.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah. I need to be on the over page.
Yeah. This is.
Oh yeah, I was surprised. I thought Russ was going to end up doing pretty well, and I guess 3-2-2 is actually pretty well. This is a hard league.
It is a hard league, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I'm trying to pull up
Bolton Town. I mean, new nobility. We are kind of an unknown quantity. They got a bunch of changes, which theoretically, their throwers are definitely a lot better. And honestly, the blitzers are pretty good.
But I mean, we're talking about a guy that went 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses at a Moracle with goblins. I expected the nobility to really show up.
Dude, the last time I played him in NWBL, he wiped the floor with me. I wasn't prepared for it, man.
And it didn't happen. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it has such a good team, man. 4 Wrestle Stand Firm starting. What? That's so good. Block Pro. I love this team. It's they're probably not as good as OWA, but man, I find myself being why am I not playing this team? This team's awesome.
The answer is low armor. They get beat up quick.
I guess so.
And that's kind of the same direction. If you look over at the Landog, running the same team, running the same problem, he's got nowhere near the skills, and it's just because the attrition turnaround. If you get thrown against Bash before you get a chance to develop, you're done.
You got that sweet strength 4 blitzer though.
That's true, and that'll get.
His team's actually in a pretty decent spot. I mean, it's not ideal, but
other places that kind of threw me, the Scare Bay Radigans They do not have nearly the injuries that they need to have to be this underdeveloped, and that surprised me.
Mhm.
I see no reason why this team is still under, 100K or 1 million. The
Good point.
Rats, you tied 4 games. I was expecting more. I mean, that's the same team that in Tabletop League, same coach and team. Then Tabletop League wiped me 7-0 and comes here and doesn't even get a single win. Gets 5 touchdowns across 7 games.
He won against the Milfheim. He won against Milfheim.
Did he? Oh, that's right, he did. That's what bumped him up.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I mean, this is like Fumbble's just another level of like, like
It
the
is.
worst player on Fumbbl is like your local tournament winner. You're like a local league winner.
Quite often, that's true. But yeah, it was a good one, and congratulations to Bucky and the 1793ers and the Banker and the Moggers. They will be promoting up to silver.
Good show.
You'll promote up if anybody silver or higher drops.
Probably,
you should be the first one promoted up to keep all the bronze promotions even.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a wild one. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and in my defense, my only 2 losses were to Mogger and 1793ers. I had 2 ties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get there, guys. I'm gonna master the bash. It's gonna make me a better agility player, and then I'm gonna go play elves and laugh.
It actually does make you a better agility player. It's wild.
I mean, it makes sense. It's so like when I play against agility teams, it's like so like I'm just protecting the ball. I'm just like, yeah, come get it. And like sometimes they get it, but most of the time they just come and then they make a bunch of failed rolls and then I just beat them up. And I'm like, yep, I know this story.
All right.
All right, well, I'm moving on. Let's go to Stanham.
Stanham, he says. Stanham was definitely, again, there were some things in Stanham that had me scratching my heads, especially from our last episode. For those that were paying attention then, Quicks and the Old World Anarchists started the season on an absolute tear.
No, I really thought that. So what happened, I literally was like, man, I got to go look at the Anarchists. They had a crazy build. I think they did really well. And I was like, wait a minute, they came in 5th? What? I mean, they still have 10 points. Like, did all right, right?
Sure, it's 10 points, but it was, they started off against the Goblins. Everyone beats up on Goblins.
Yeah.
But they beat up on them 4-0. Like, that's not just an I beat Goblins, that's an I pounded them into the ground.
Yeah.
He tore through Ajax 3-1.
Which Ajax is a good player with a good team.
Yeah. Smiles sniped one on him. I caught the end of that game, and if I'm remembering right, it was like 2 GFIs for the final touchdown. Off of a snake dodge from Quicks.
Oh, that's a brutal way to lose.
Then he gets the game off dash or go, and pulling a game off dash. Granted, it's dash with Black Orcs. He's not as strong, but you're still pulling a game off dash.
Yeah, it's never easy.
And then just falls apart. Loses to Snotlings, loses to Nurgle.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I mean, granted, good coaches, but then ties the one up from the bottom, Chaos Chosen with the Pygmy Goats. Just the wheels came off. And so that really surprised me. Muck Ducks taking the whole thing. I didn't expect Snotlings to take the whole thing, but if we get in our Wayback Machine and go all the way back to our original preview show, Snotlings were one of those teams I was telling everybody, like, you can't sleep on them anymore.
We said that a bunch of times. We thought Ajax was gonna do super well with Snotlings, and it just didn't quite get there.
Yeah,
and we know Coach Buck is great with positional play because of his dwarf run. So it's not surprising that, like, because I think that's what Snotlings are really about, using tackle zones to oppress your opponent. The chaos too,
part of it. The other thing is that he's team value 970 with 4 big guys already.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
none of them are secret weapon anymore. None of
Yeah.
them are loner anymore. Um,
Do it, Matt Block.
yeah, but it's one of those things where snotlings now can generate like it's not.
They also have 50K bribes, right? Yeah,
Yes,
they do.
but it's not
Yeah.
rare to face snotlings. You don't take bribes at snotlings.
Really? Even for I guess you're not dirty playering that much.
Well, and
Yeah.
you're going to foul all the time, but you're going to riotous rookies and then swarm. So you have extra
Right,
bodies
and
already. You don't care if they get ejected.
you got 4 big guys and 2 stars, so it's like you're basically lizard
And
man.
that's
You're
why
like
you don't
you're
do the
like
bribes, is because the 2 stars, as somebody that has run into the buzzsaw and seen the buzzsaw happen before, of Chaos Renegades that were team value of like 2,200 going against like maybe 1,000 team value snots with all 4 big guys, watching them put just Morgan Ripper out there with them. And it's just like, no, you're done.
yeah.
Like you have no answer. They are the new pack the field with big guys, and Buck is way too strong of a coach to be going at it. You know, you're not taking games off Buck.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough.
Gilded Claw Armada really surprised me. I mean, their season started off a little on the rough side, and they still dropped some games that I thought they should have had. But I mean, they came out at the end, got the game off Smiles, pushes them ahead. And that's kind of, I'm glad they were able to turn their season around.
I'm not surprised he dropped the game to Quicks. Like I think I'm impressed that he won 1-0 over the Rotcats with with no real meaningful injuries. But I think both those that was a rough game too.
Well, it was rough. But
lost minus Edge on a White Lion, dead White Lion, and that was against Quicks.
Oh yeah. Well, that was that
was a tough game.
Yeah, the Quicks drew him late. It was I think game 6 for Quicks playing him, whereas Gilded Claw Armada was the first game against the Rotcats. So the Rotcats really didn't have anything stacked to cause injuries. And so
that's true.
Some years that's just what happens, is your draw on who you face when kind of just ruins your shot.
Well, keep in mind that also, if you look at the Gilded Claw's story is that they lost game 2. They lost a White Lion minus Edge on the other White Lion. Game 3 minus Edge on their Star Blitzer. Like that's obviously you're going to see injuries, but like that's a tough start. That's a very tough start.
No, game 1 they were just one miss next game.
Game 2, game 2,
game 2, yeah.
and then 3. Game 2 and 3, yeah.
And game 3 was going to be that
bad. And then game 4 against
the
Dasher.
Coach just got the miss next game. That's really when he starts his healing up.
Yeah.
But he eats a bunch of nigglings again against the Black Orcs.
Yep.
He gets a chance to really heal up against the Goblins. I mean, gets one niggling, but against Goblins, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Now the strength bust on the into the Necro Horror is not good, but it's elves. You can survive with strength bust for a little while.
Yeah, or you just get a lineman who's a very good player.
What it was. It was strength bust, so you just fire it, rehire.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you had the cash by then.
Although these days you fire and you don't rehire. Theoretically,
you can on linemen.
On linemen only?
Because linemen have no cap.
Oh, right, of course.
You can always fire and rehire a lineman.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean his team's in pretty decent shape. He's got dodge, guard. That's interesting. That's a 50K. That's 115K guard right there. But I mean, I respect it, right? Like elves are good at just getting around.
Yeah.
Mighty blow first skill on the White Lion. I really question that.
No, you don't question that at all.
Okay. I mean, I'd love to see it. That's 50. So I'm kind of on the fence about secondary premiums.
High elves, from people that were playing them under the legacy team or even all the way back in the LRB days. Their positionals have flipped. So your White Lions are now your blitzers. Your Dragon Princes are actually your ball carriers.
Okay.
Because starting Russell Claw, you want that thing throwing blocks.
Yeah, I guess so. I just don't love the Mighty Blow on the wrestle.
Well, but don't think of it as the Mighty Blow on the wrestle. They break armor on everybody on an 8.
Yeah, that's true.
Which means you always get Mighty Blow on the injury.
Yeah, but you got no tackle yet.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'm not saying it can't be good. It's just like seems like 50K for. I guess it's to use it as an SPP generation mechanic.
Yeah, because remember, once Dragon Prince touches the ball, no one else does until he gets sacked.
Oh, my ball. That's right. Does that mean he literally can't give it to anybody else?
He cannot. No handoff, no pass, no Fumbbl Rooski, no nothing.
It's not like there's no roll. You just can't.
Yeah, you just cannot take the action.
That's actually hilarious.
But that's why they're the catchers now, is because once you throw the ball to them, they're stuck.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm curious to see how good new High Elves are. I mean, obviously, I know they're good in tournaments, but I think they're going to be good. I definitely think they're good. What I like about the way they change things is that they are actually unique. Like they really do have a unique mechanic. All the elves, I think, for all my criticisms of pro elves, which I haven't played yet, all the elves do actually feel pretty unique now, I think.
Yeah. Now, things to be scared of.
Yeah, movement 9 blocked.
Things like the Rot Cats moving up next season.
Rot Cats. They're 141 now.
Yeah, but they'll get 1,400 in the next division, and it's block all over the place.
Block. Yeah. I mean, I've heard that Nurgle are really strong now. I haven't experienced it yet, but I'm definitely a little nervous, and I'm curious to see how it goes.
But it'll be interesting to see. Things.
I love the Stand Firm. I didn't see they
picked
up Stand Firm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Oh, and
foul appearance, stand firm, plague ridden, regen, unsteady.
No, this team is going to be so miserable to play against when they're developed.
Oh yeah, they are the new. No, I don't want to play against it.
Right. Dwarves, the new dwarves.
Other conversations out of this division I've had with people are things like the Pick Me Goats, because you want to talk about a team that's had a bad time. There's just no development.
Yeah.
Because what do you do with new?
We got Block Ogre. Yeah, sure, I definitely agree. New Chaos, it confuses the hell out of me.
Because it's like, the only what thing did they get? They're the only chaos that are not brawling brutes.
Oh, that's true. Which is so weird.
The only way you get SPP is by scoring touchdowns. Like 2 per casualty on a team that doesn't have the skills to generate casualties does not help.
I just don't understand okay, so you figure, Chaos lost a huge perk, which is that the Beastmen had strength excess. Yes. They, in return, they lost 5K, which...
Well, and they gained a skill.
They gained Thick Skull, which I actually do like Thick Skull quite a bit. I think Thick Skull is actually really good. Because a lot of these matches, like if you, over the course of a game, if 2 of your KOs become stuns, that could easily win you a game.
Sure. Chaos's big problem now are things like, what do you do with the Chosen? With the blockers?
Yeah.
Do you build them as ball carriers? Because they can. They're just slow.
The team's just bad, though. Like, compared to, all the teams who are good at stuff, they're not actually good at anything.
No.
Like, they're just a bunch of dudes who move around, and they have some strong guys. That's cool.
With skills that take other skills just to make them passable.
I guess they have the thing where everybody's a strength 4 blitzer.
Sure.
Any one person is a strength 4 plus blitzer, which that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're always rolling 1 and 9s.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't understand how you take... I mean, I get that they got Thick Skull and Armbar, but that does not make up for what they lost, I don't think.
And then just pulling over to the Goblins, they just had a miserable season. And poor Sarlacc. Um,
Yeah. This guy's a freaking trooper, man.
Sarlacc made it into the quarterfinals or no, semifinals? Semifinals of our tabletop league with this exact team. And then shows up here and just gets stomped. Um,
It's a tough team, man, in a tough league.
it's a tough league. It's a tough team. One of the things that I know caught him off guard early is that Fumbbl is 30K
Prayers.
prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't realize Fumbbl had flipped over to 30K prayers. So he's sitting there trying to stack team value to get all 3 prayers and then something.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Buck. It's going to be good seeing him move up. It'll be good to see what Ajax does with High Elves. I'm calling it right now. I need Buck to win at least 5 games next season. I want to see Snotlings in gold.
If he wins Snotlings with gold with Snotlings, I will be
wins it. I just want to see Snotlings in gold.
Yeah, that'd be wild. I definitely think that'd be hilarious.
All right, moving on. Our last bronze division.
Cuprum. Oh my God, this was the division of legends.
This was the place that you just
on 12.
This really was the division of, well, you might as well just go ahead and try to play against the top in the US. Richie, hell of a coach, 3-3-1. Mr. Go Boom, hell of a coach, 3-3-1. Megamind, 3-3-1.
Division
King,
winner,
4-3-1.
4-3-0. Like he's almost a 3-3-1 too. It's a very, very bashy division, right? We got one Skaven. Everybody else is some form of and Underworld. Everybody else is some form of bash or bash adjacent.
Yeah.
And Bennerman just he's minus 17 casualties over 7 games. So that's pretty much tells
how the tiebreakers ended up falling out is the part that kills me. That I think is hilarious. Because it actually, when you're looking here on the actual tournament page, it's reading Tomb Kings, then Underworld, then Shambling Undead, then Imperial Nobility, then Skaven. But because of who beat who, it actually plays out Tomb Kings into the Undead, into the Skaven, into Underworld, then into Imperial Nobility.
Which means that Undead and Skaven go up.
Yes.
Right?
And Underworld stay down. Unless 2 people drop.
Well, I mean, you never know. He might just be promoting based on points. So it's possible that if 2 people dropped, Underworld and Imperial Nobles would go in. But yeah, usually I think he tries.
I'm just looking right now from what from what Hyper already put up. Dusty Knuckles go up. Sunset Cemetery go up. Club Bilbali go up. 25 or 6-2-3 stay down. So do Posh Blood Bowl, Orkmanton, Sapphire Kingmakers, and Gecko Boys.
Yeah.
So now if more people drop out and don't bring their teams back, all that'll change. But at least as far as right now, it's looking like Buck Snotlings are the only stunty team moving up into silver. So they'll be the only silver stunty. Because I refuse to call Ryan Fitz's ogre stunty. They're stunty in the hands of everybody that's not Fitz.
I mean, they're kind of like they're basically just Snotlings, right? It's just instead of getting stars, you just hire more ogres.
Yeah, up to 5 of them. And when Fitz is piloting ogres, they're no longer stunty.
There's only 5 of them now?
Isn't it 5?
Oh, man. I used to play when it was 6.
Oh, no, it is 6.
Oh, yeah, there's 6. Exactly.
It's 0 to 5 plus the runt punter is what I was forgetting, was the runt punter.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. It's almost exactly the same. You got 5 guys with strength 5 and a bunch of little snot with Noblars,
Yeah. But no, Cup Run was just a wild league. And it looks like it was just a wild ride for everybody. But the other congrats to Cup Run from getting every game played.
Uh-huh.
I think they're the only ones that didn't have any games go to makeups.
It's interesting because I like saw Bennerman's season. I was like, oh, surely he had some like serious injuries early. Nope. He just I mean, I think it's interesting. He just had a rough season. I
No,
like looking at the matchups. I mean, it's Underworld, but it's Jagermeister, so it's Jagermeister's super good. But like, I feel like that matchup should be
no.
somewhat Gecko Boys favored.
Mm-mm. Starting lizards?
Oh,
No.
dude, starting lizards are so bad.
Yeah.
They
It's
make me
the
mad.
lizards did exactly what they should have done, which is got Shadow on, because it's what starting lizards do.
Yeah.
Starting lizards are a season 2 team.
Look what
That's
they've
just
done
what
to
they
my
are.
boy.
I mean, we love them. We wish they'd done better, but they really are. If you're not rolling lights out, you don't win the game with starting lizards.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Go Boom tied Prenamon. 2 ties in the first round, 2 ties in the third round, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the seventh, two in the seventh,
Mm-hmm.
and a 0 versus 0 game, which, I mean, like, Shadow Mains is pretty good. Mega Mind's really good. Like, the fact that nobody scored anything is wild here. And honestly, props to Shadow Mains. I don't think dwarves are super strong. I do think undead are super strong. To hold
So
Mega Mind to 0 touchdowns is pretty wild.
it's very
Did you
wild.
watch the
Hold
game?
Skaven. Like, how are you knocking down gutter runners? Like you're two die powing them early in the season. You got no tackle. Not that early.
Yeah, I think just on the blitzer, right?
Well,
Uh,
no. They have diving tackle. Oh no, you're right. Diving tackle. That's right.
yeah, they come with
Oh,
tackle. I only know because I've got one. Yeah, they got tackle. So he does have 2 tackle, but and there's the move 5 tackle.
yeah, but it's dwarves are the if I can outposition you, I win the game, and that's really just all they are now.
I mean, isn't that what they always were?
No, because they used to be able to outbash you.
They could just through weight of guard and mighty blow.
Now it's so much harder for them to just outbash. It turns into I have to outposition you.
Yeah. Okay.
But whatever, we'll get to see how their armor tinge holds up versus Corn next season. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and so theoretically, Billy Bally, Mega Sunset Cemetery, and Dusty Knuckles are going up.
Yes.
I think that's. I mean, I'm sure Jagermeister wanted to go up, but I think at least for Posh BB Club, I think staying in bronze is probably the better developmental choice.
I would agree with that.
Bronze isn't always easier than silver, but it is frequently easier than silver. Especially, I think it'll be easier next season, right? This season was tough because it was a new rule set. A lot of people started new teams.
I
and
think
so
that
a lot
was
of
really
people
the catch, is that a lot of people were wanting to flip over to new teams. A lot of people were wanting to try new things. A lot of people were ditching teams that were no longer going to be as viable, or the skills that they already had on them were not going to be as useful. There were a lot of changes there, and there were a lot of people restarting over into bronze. Next season, who knows?
Yep.
All right, moving on up,
All right.
we'll take a look at Argentum. This is where I was, and I'm going to say it right now. I am so disappointed in my team. Not because
Definitely
we
not
didn't
the
win
best
games.
record.
I wasn't here to win games, but we are now 5 seasons in. I have missed out on most casualty trophies with a team designed to do nothing but murder people.
And you do have 3.86 casualties per game, which is pretty darn good.
Yep. Got beat out by Fitz's ogres.
Which is wild.
They just 7 casualties over top of me. Nothing I could do there.
That's like 2 games worth. That's wild. Yep. Oh, that's crazy. Your team is in a really great spot. How bad is redraft going to be for you?
Oh, well, so good, but hang on.
It was the wrong date.
Okay. Good, but not for the reason people think it will be. Tracy Lord and Chasey Lane are gone unless I've got pieces that start dying in this off season or during cups.
Really, you're not going to keep them?
They've already got 5 seasons down. I don't have an extra 100K to fork over for them.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's actually 200K, right?
Yeah, something like that. Well, no, it's 200 times the number of seasons they've already played.
So you're still
Or 20 times the number of seasons they've already played. So
right, and they've got 10
5
seasons.
would be an extra 100K, then plus their skills. Nobody's got that kind of cash.
Mm-hmm.
The catch is that I have a Wrestle Dodge Corngore.
Yeah, I like it.
Whose next skill is Break Tackle. Whose next skill after that becomes 2 heads.
They still have strength access?
Yep.
Okay.
At which point then I'm cage diving on 4s with dodge to pop ball free.
Yeah, classic ball hawk.
Yeah.
Mutation style.
And the other thing is I finally have a Bloodborne Marauder that got sure hands, so I finally have somebody that can touch the ball. And my other 2 Bloodseekers should be returning. So
because they're the next
math
generation.
on that. If they can't, they can't, and whatever. Who cares?
Man, I'd be really trying to get rid of the nickeled guys and keep the 5-season ones. I guess you just at a point where you just have to give up everything.
Because you flip over to Brawling Brutes, you really just don't care anymore. You just chew through teams as soon as you get Mighty Blow now. And they immediately just start shooting up in skill points, or in SPP.
Okay.
So once you get Mighty Blow, you can really just forget about them and leave them. It's that first skill that takes forever, and it's 2 casualties in a season. If you're throwing at least 7-8 blocks a game with each of them, you're going to get there.
Really interesting. Brawling Brutes is going to really change the game, isn't it?
It does. It makes developing ball carriers nightmares on Corn.
Which I actually kind of like that. Like, I like that because it was always irritating to me that good chaos teams would always have like some weird like plus movement, agility, 2 heads, block dodge, beastman. I mean, they can still get that, but it's harder to get it, and it's going to be hard,
Well, that's just this. Chaos can. Chaos still gets that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. But
it's all the specialized chaos that can't get that now.
Mm-hmm. They still can, but like, man, it's going to be rough.
Biggest thing that comes out of Argentum, biggest thing, is this right here. Otter Chaos has retired.
Yeah, which is wild. Man, rip Rasmus.
So, don't know, Rasmus may come back, but a team that's got the history, been around for since early seasons, right?
I don't know. They were here when I got here.
FA Cup season 6.
Yeah, that's pretty season. That's like 4 or 5 seasons. 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Or almost 6 seasons, actually, I think.
Yeah, this will be 6. They just finished. Well, except for the way they used to do the FA Cup.
Whatever.
But whatever.
Dude, Gail Khan is such a boss.
Yeah. But at least out of Argentum, we've got the final tally, because if you're looking just on my screen, you're only going to catch the Argentum playing Argentum, is the Grimhagen Gobhobblers are going up to gold. Norse 10 from Averone are going up to gold. Shook's Greendale Elven Beings stay in silver. With Rasmus retiring, that should be enough to bump you up into silver.
That's true. That seems very. I'm ready for silver. My team's it's not in the best spot, but man, it can melt some people.
But
it's interesting. I think Otto's team is
a weird season.
Yeah.
But it was a fun one. I can't look at any single game that happened this season where I said this game was just garbage. Like, they were all just fun. They were all just weird.
I think Grimhagen it's a great team. It's a really solid build for what I think.
Really solid build. I'll be really interested interested to see how he develops them when he gets up into gold.
Yeah.
If I'm recalling right, I know he beat me 2-0, but a
I'm
lot
actually a
of
little
those were.
skeptical on the horns.
Hmm?
I'm a little skeptical on the horns wrestle tackle. I feel like it's just better if it's two heads. Then you can just get into the cage and stab them. I see like wanting the strength 3 on the wrestle tackle. That's really nice.
Yeah. Here for those paying attention, here's the kind of stuff that it'll be interesting to see if this plays out when he gets up into gold. Like when he played me, 23 one-die blocks thrown. Now only 7 knocked me down, but he didn't skull out on any of them.
Or he re-rolled.
Well, didn't no turnover on him.
Right, exactly.
And he takes a lot of really high risk plays.
Yeah.
This season they were working out for him, and that's kind of what we were talking about in the Discord earlier. Is a large part of playing agility teams is knowing when to pull the trigger on the high risk play.
Yeah.
And this season they were working for him. He was getting them. And when Skaven turns on, and they're hard to beat.
Yeah. Dude, Norse 10 from Averone are also in sick shape. I'm loving this block dodge sidestep plus strength Valkyrie. Like this is like Natalie 2.0 if he can protect it.
Don't get me started on her.
It's so good. The only thing I don't like is like this team's at 163, and I think again I always think that these berserkers are a little bit bloaty. And I also don't understand why there's not 2 rostered boars, because they are amazing for fouling. They make you stand up. They're just so good.
I've watched Winter play Norse for how many seasons now?
A whole lot of them.
Yeah. And I look at the Norse 10 from Averone. Okay. And this right here, to me, tells the story of their weird build this season. This team this season had 3 players that were retired or killed on the pitch. When you are armor 8 and 9, and you are in a division with the Corn Stars, with Otter Chaos, with the Mighty Blow Blitzer Skaven, with the 2 trees out of Gnomes with Attitude, and you come out of it only having to retire 3 players, I am terrified of what happens when you start seeing things like Caravus's Orcs, Winter's Norse, or some of those other real heavy-hitting teams that you tend to run into up in gold.
Mm-hmm.
I think Armor 8 was real generous on him this season. It could be, some of that is his position. Like some of it just is, I wasn't getting high-quality hits on him. I'm sure neither was Rasmus when he played him. I didn't get a chance to spectate that game. But if he's staying out of the way of Korn beating on him, I can't see why he would let, Chaos Chosen beat on him.
I mean, it's part of just the Norse, like, the way, right? Is like, hey, I'm a chainsaw. If I ever stop spinning, everything falls apart. But as long as I keep spinning, we're good.
I mean, that's true. But moving on up to gold, moving over to Plata.
Okay. Yeah.
Plata surprised me.
All right.
Like, Redoubt is an awesome player. I am in no way surprised that he did well, but that he was... hang on a second. Sweetie? Sorry, I was picking up. My wife's on the phone, and I was getting some of her conversation too.
Yeah. I mean, I got it. Yeah, exactly.
Redoubt for as much as he was promoting bash first, score late, being positive +5 in touchdowns while -7 in casualties.
Okay, wait, I just want to go back for a moment because Norse 10 from Averone is positive 79 blocks this season, which is pretty good. I mean, they're not the best, but they're like number 6, 2, 4, 6. They're number 6 in the league for block differential. And their average blocks per game is they're getting 11 more blocks than their opponent is. And this is what I'm talking about. The Norse game plan is like, as long as I keep knocking you over, we're good. I like that game plan. So he's definitely earning his safety.
You're not wrong.
I mean, obviously, yes, Armor 8 is also being nice.
Well, but it's one of those things of yeah, he's 6th in blocks per game. So's Otter Chaos, who he beat.
Right.
And Otter Chaos somehow with the overall combined, guard tentacles troll, the stacked block he's got, the block plus move horns tackle nightmare of a chaos blocker, weren't able to pop Armor 8.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely happens.
Like,
I mean, Rasmus did not have the great season. Yeah, he's 19 casualties, but he's also 12 against, which is like, that's rough for a chaos team.
It's very rough. Now, granted, part of that was my 4 casualties onto him beatdown that happened at week 6.
Yeah.
If he ran into me as a buzzsaw. So sliding over into Plata.
Okay.
The Redoubt. The team that has been casualties, is negative casualties, positive touchdowns.
That's pretty wild.
We figured he was going to do well. We weren't predicting him winning this because none of us thought he was going to aim for things like scoring touchdowns.
That's always been sort of like that. I mean, the Redoubt's just like, he talks like a I don't care about winning talk, but he's just a really good player, and he just plays bash really well. So like, winning just happens when you do that.
Yeah, but he wouldn't run it back.
Clearly, he's definitely playing it differently than. I mean, his team is still bash though, right?
Well, you would say that, except that he was winning from a blodging plus move plus agility.
Oh yeah, Leatheros. Yeah.
And there's no.
I mean,
he's only mighty blows on his big guys.
Yeah.
Like the whole game plan was stack guard, throw the rat ogre at things, and then watches the elf runs through and does elf things.
Yeah. I think the team has fundamentally changed with the lineman losing strength access as primary.
I'd agree.
And also, I feel like, Leatheros is a player that just defines a team almost by accident. It's like, if you have it, why wouldn't you take advantage of it?
Well, sure.
And
I don't think anybody argues that you shouldn't. I'm terrified to see what the next stat increase is going to be. I mean, he's 1 touchdown, or 2 touchdowns because we're rolling brutes away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure I want to know what the rat ogre is going for. Because if it's not plus agility, there's something wrong there.
That could be pretty cool because he dodge on a 1+.
Yep. Dodges.
That would be so fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Already dodges on a 2+.
Yep.
Once. I like the team. Yeah, I think he's gonna go far. I think he could arguably win gold. Like, he's a really strong player, and like, this player is like a Natalie level player where they can just change games. It's not that hard for them to just change games.
I think it's all going to come down to, and I haven't looked, how many seasons the player's been. Yeah, that would be their 5th season. So they are going to be a plus 80K on their cost. So that's going to be at 200 and what, 75K, and that's if it doesn't score 2 touchdowns during the cups.
Right. I think it also just depends on like what your team is. Like part of why Winter can get away with you keeping Natalie for so long is because his team is kind of in its best form when it's like Natalie and or 9 linemen and 2 board. I'm not in its best form, but it functions quite fine for one game with Natalie, 9 linemen or 8 linemen and 2 boars.
Yeah.
Like it's not what you want, right? But if you just wanted to keep her another season, like sure, get some old Warners pretty quick.
I mean, fair enough. Second place out of that division, Beachtown Banana Boys. You'll love to see it.
I mean, I thought they were going to be first place, honestly. Yeah, that was my call.
But again, I think part of that was Readout realized scoring touchdowns over casualties, and suddenly the Banana Boys are struggling to keep up.
I think I also sort of noticed Leatheros, but didn't like take a hard look. And I think maybe Leatheros didn't have agility yet last time I looked. I'm not totally sure about that, but that's my guess. And so, like, I think if you think about it, it kind of makes a lot more sense. Leatheros is just such a strong player. Daniel lost his legend this season. You know, his team's okay, but I mean, it's not in great shape, right? His team is just okay. He's still on the Tree Man, which I don't disagree with, but I don't think it's amazing. I mean, leader block, wrestle, strip ball, and the catcher's solid. You know, guard blitzers, all good. But he's not like this is like a bronze team. This looks like a bronze team to me.
Well, but at the same time, it's also got that bronze level TV, so it's grabbing inducements whenever it needs them.
Yeah, I think it's a fine team. OWA is just good, but like he's definitely in his rebuilding phase rather than his pinnacle of his Natalie era.
Sure. And well, and cap that off with rebuilding phase and is promoting to gold out of the rebuilding phase. Like I think that just goes to show that Daniel's never the kind of coach you can sleep on. True. He will just push through you when he needs to. Looking next up out of that division, we've got Spirit Crushers, Thunderbirds, and Lancelot's Carrot Coeds. They're both staying in silver if they redraft.
Yeah, Thunderbirds are in a decent spot. The only thing is I love the Yeti, but he's not. I mean, he's good with block. It's 190K is rough, but I do love the Yeti. I have a soft spot for Yetis because I've played them quite a bit.
I mean,
the Coeds are in a great spot.
I think you've got the starting of an Natalie going here. I mean, Blodge sidestep sure hands on a Valkyrie. I think you keep that. I think you keep the block Mighty Blow Ulf. Scrap everything else you need to get back to 3 rerolls with the Apothecary and roll on.
Yeah.
Definitely fire the minus agility, minus armor value, miss next game Ulf.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for that boy to go meet somebody.
Yeah.
Jovi Adjustment. I did not see them falling down. They're stacked on skills, but just weren't able to crank out wins this season.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot. The blitzers are both good. I like the thrower's amazing, and like you probably. I mean, I guess your blitzers are good blitzers that are also fine. They're also 100% functional catchers.
Well,
I guess they don't have catch, but like they're good enough.
I really think he's suffering from he is treating the Dragon Princes like blitzers.
Yeah.
And I think it's hurting him. I don't mind dodge first skill, but they are not tackle sidestep, tackle strip ball. Because when you happen to roll that unlucky 5 or 6 off of a sack and they end up with the ball, there's nothing you can do with it.
Wow, yeah. It's also like you really you want them to get hit, right? Like White Lions are actually not any cheaper, but they're fine, right? Like White Lions are fine starting characters. They don't really need a lot of skills. You really, I think, want to protect your Dragon Princes, and you're not going to be able to protect them if they're your primary blitzers.
Right.
It's like
The other thing is
the
you
way
smack
elves
them.
win is not the way elves win is not through protecting their hitters, right? It's like through you protect one ball hawk and one scoring guy, and that's you need those two people to win.
Well, the other thing is that especially with the new high, you slap dodge on a dragon prince, and even if somebody hits him with a POW, there's a 1 in 6 chance they don't go down. That's
Yeah,
a
and he's moving
score.
8,
That's
and
not
he's got
a
you
I
too.
want to be in the scrum.
Right.
The guy
Yeah,
that
they're
wants to be
already
in the
set up for
scrum
it.
is the guy that's going to look at you and say, if you roll both down, we both go down. In my turn, I stand up and walk away.
Right, and they've got my ball. Like it's like right there in the skills. Like, look,
Yep.
I want the ball. I want it a lot. Give it to me, and I will never let go.
Um, but
Yeah.
I think that might have impacted some of that. Poop Easy not getting it going with the Nurgle kind of shocked me. Well, as
I think
check my
Nurgle are
Nurgles.
strong, but they're just they've always been a difficult team to win with, and just like teams that have a lot of movement for are difficult to win with. And Poop Easy is like he's a great coach, not on the winningest of winning streaks ever over these last couple of seasons. So when you're playing on hard mode, I mean, hopefully Poop Easy enjoyed getting a bunch of casualties. We're doing almost 2 per game, so it is what it is, right? You show and you got 2 wins, which is like better than some folks this season.
And matching some others.
Yep. Didn't lose anybody important at all this season. So I mean, honestly,
it'll be
and
interesting
I
to
think
see how he redrafts it if he keeps with them back down into bronze. He could
I think one of the
potentially keep,
interesting
some of
just
these.
one of the go for it.
He could potentially keep his bloaters.
Yeah. He probably could keep one Pestigore. Probably
I'm
keep
not
the
sure I
block.
would want to. Maybe
You
the
don't think
block
so?
plus movement.
Yeah, I
But
just think
probably
that's
not
going to
the
be
block
wrong.
mighty blow. I think you
No.
kept that guy. Let him go.
Yeah.
Um,
I think one of the interesting things that I've kind of pivoted to, like, because agility teams win a lot, and you kind of live and die on like, I'm just going to win a lot, I'm going to die a lot, but then I'm going to have runs where I don't die a lot. And with Bash, like, I think my metrics for success are just changing. It's like if I tied the game and nobody got any important injuries, and I like got a couple of touchdowns or skills on somebody who matters, like that's a pretty good game.
Fair enough.
And it's just like you're not like with agility teams, like you get a lot. If you're good at agility, you just get rewarded a lot until you don't suddenly. But whereas I think like bashier style teams are more like incremental progress over games and hoping nothing terrible happens. So I don't know.
agree with that.
Blighted Grove, definitely. I mean, I think going back down into bronze is a great way to build up. So I think it's probably a good move for Poop Easy.
I think in the end it'll play out.
Yeah.
All right, moving up into gold.
Okay. I think I was very surprised that Hyper, I mean, 2-2-3 is honestly just not a bad record. It's actually pretty decent, right? Especially in gold, with a pretty tough field.
It's a pretty tough field. I think the minus move Saurus and the minus agility then murdered Juggernaut Unsteady Mighty Blow Block Saurus really impacted this team. Lizards already take a while to get going. He was there. He had the quarterfinalists for the Bourbon Cup, quarterfinalists for FA Cup. Due to dropouts, went straight from bronze all the way to gold. And surviving gold is not a one season build place you want to be.
Yeah, and it's also tough because you didn't lose him in games 1 and 2. He lost him in games 5 and 7, which is like just a dick kick.
And it's just gold's not a one season place.
He's still in pretty decent shape though, right? Like he's got a good core of 3 Sorai who can function. He's
He
got
does.
one good ink, and that's kind of what you want, right?
He
Like,
does.
honestly,
It'll
not
be
in a bad
interesting to
spot.
see he's going to be because he'll drop down into silver if he keeps with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Mighty Blow Block Frenzy tackle piece will be able to hold on to.
It's absolutely wild that this team is worth 157. I just really think, like, I think that Games Workshop values Lizard's base stats like incredibly highly, which they do have amazing base stats, but I don't know, man. 157, a little skeptical.
Well, part of that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elite skills.
Yep. I mean, but that's the Lizard life. Like, are you ever going to stop taking
6 elite skills out of what 8, 9, 10 skill ups? Like at some point, you have to ask: is maybe a grab a better first skill? Is maybe if one of these guys is going to 6 move guys is going to be your ball hawk, he's already got Juggernaut. So we need to give him a break tackle, give him a something different there. Like going Mighty Blow into block on all of them just gets very, very pricey for what you get.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my skepticism about it's like the thing is 10K doesn't matter until you've got like 5 to 10K, 10 of them, right? Like it starts to add up. And I don't know. I think gold is tough, and I think lizards are tough. That's why I don't play them anymore. I think they're a cool team that has some very defined weaknesses, and I think that they pay too much for their base package of players. I think you can make it work if you play well and you get developed in the right way, but they should start with brawler or something. And I think starting with brawler would be fine. I think the Saurus should start with brawler at no additional cost because it's ridiculous. It's such a dicey team. Like you could say, oh, my luck was trash. Like your whole team is just like, hey, what if I had very few rerolls and no skills to support my luck? It's like the diciest casino team ever. I guess you have dodge. Woohoo.
Well, you've got dodge for the rerolls. The other thing is Juggernaut on a blitz is a fine skill to have.
Yeah, sure, it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it. It actually the number of times Juggernaut will save you is so, especially with how popular Nurgle have become, trees are. Like Juggernaut's a fine skill to have to mess around with those. But I don't see where he utilizes it here.
Well, yeah, and you could say having Juggernaut's better than having Brawler, because you don't get every block being safer, but the block that matters the most is much, much safer. And, obviously Juggernaut has a lot of value when you combine it with Frenzy, when you are trying to, one turn, and in a bunch of other situations. Like it's just a good skill for sure.
Well, plus it negates stand firm.
And wrestle, by the way. I think a lot of people forget that it negates wrestle, but like you can totally take out obnoxious pieces that think that with like it's pretty good odds when you take away their wrestle and you've got mighty blow and tackle and block, obviously.
Well, we'll see how it develops. We'll see what it does, when it's in silver. Other things that kind of threw us: Gotrek not getting a single win this season.
Hyper is saying that he had incredibly bad luck.
I mean, it happens. It's a 1 in 9 team. Like there are those seasons where 1 in 9s just don't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because the Gotrek didn't win a single game. Is it that surprising? Chaos have changed so fundamentally, and I wonder. How many premium skills does Gotrek have?
Well, there's a lot, but that's just it. Is he came in with what his block, tackle, claw, dodge, beastman. 2 of his block guard pieces came back from last season, or 3 of them came back from last season. Like he had a bunch that returned with skills and just weren't able to crank out the stats to match it.
Yeah. Also, we have 11.
Wolves did this to him in game one, where it was game one, 2 nigglings, 1 miss next game, and a dead. And the dead was just a starting goat.
I mean, you
still,
gotta look at this guy. He's got no big guy. He's got 11 players, 2 rerolls, and an apothecary, and that's 155K. That is ridiculous. It's like his players are good, but they're not that good. I just think like team values are gonna be a lot higher, and I think team value minimization is not necessarily something you have to do, but it's something you have to be very aware of.
I think part of it is, I think aware is an interesting way to phrase it. I would say it's less that you need to minimize the team value. It is more that you need to make sure that the bloat isn't hitting you before the rest of the team can keep up with that piece.
Yeah, exactly. You have to figure out how much value am I really getting from all these additional skills. Like sometimes it's going to be great. Kick is a great example where, for 20K, you get a consistent, important advantage for the teams that want kick, which is, I think, most teams. But, your fourth mighty blow is a lot less valuable than your first 2. Really, maybe the first 3.
Well, I'm more thinking like, okay, you look at something like Chaos, you look at something like Lizard, you look at something like Nurgle, like Corn. You want block on your strength 4 guys fast. Okay? Like it's just a given. You want it there.
Yeah.
But is block there really going to be better than knowing how much strip balls out there, how much break tackles out there, how much dodges out there, how much all these other skills are out there, how much wrestles out there before I've got a sure hands piece? Is that 4th block worth it before I've got a ball hawk? Is that 4th block worth it before maybe I snag guard on this one before I grab block just so that my cage is a little more sturdy? And it's kind of increased that math of maybe an elite skill's worth it, but not the one you spammed before. And I think it kind of changes that math some. And I think,
yeah, I definitely
this
think
team's a good example of that. Where yes, 1550, it's not super developed. Granted, it's actually a 1435 because there's 2 journeymen. Because he got put behind the 8 ball so fast.
He would be 1550 if he had 11, at least.
He would be, but my point is more of with all the players he's had die this season.
Yeah.
I mean, we're up to what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dropped this season.
Welcome to gold. We're gonna kill you.
1, 2 dead on the pitch. We have a minus AV on an unskilled beastman. Niggled injury on its first game off an unskilled beastman. Niggled injury off of no SPP 3 games in. Minus move off of no SPP 2 games in. Like he can't keep his beastman alive.
I did not realize that rerolls went down to 50K, and that is kind of a nice buff. I'm really surprised he only has 2 rerolls. Maybe I wonder if that's like a holdover, but you can afford one now if you wanted to.
Well, maybe I'm wondering if it was.
No, he's got 4 Chaos Chosen.
I'm like when I look at this team season, okay, just looking back through the matches, all right. I think he started 2 rerolls. He figured he was going to eat shit for a game or 2. By that 3rd reroll, game 4 or 5, snag the big guy, and then be firing on all cylinders coming into cups.
Yeah.
And he walks into game 1, loses 4 people right out of the gate. And one of those is a dead. Goes into game 2, gets out casualty by the Norse on a minus move. Game 3 gets out casualtied by the Necro. One of them is a dead. And all of a sudden, he didn't have bodies going into the ogres.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty lucky in that a lot of his casualties are on journeyman. So he's not paying. I mean, he's getting absolutely sacked. And I'm really curious to see how chaos adjusts to the new changes, because I don't see. I mean, I guess keeper rerolls is good, and thick skull is good. I'm really curious to see what happens. I really don't understand why this team is not brawling brutes. Like that's the one thing they are kind of good at.
I think it's because people are getting too scared of high TV chaos.
Yeah, but I mean, then they just gave orc linemen strength access, so big question marks. Yeah, that is what it is. I'm not. Anyway, I think he's basically just due for a rebuild season. He's got a really interesting, cool team that like is collapsing under its own weight of changes.
I think that's also part of the issue. Is it just couldn't support it.
I freaking love this team though. Like the legacy teams like this, like I hope GoTrek plays this forever, because the fact that this team has been in since season 1 is wild. We really need Bucky here, because you and I are not as good at celebrating everybody who puts time and effort into their fluff, but you're awesome, you people.
Yeah, well, he's in the Twitch chat, championing them from there.
I probably should read all this stuff. Yeah, chaos. Sorry, yeah.
I'm flipping over to take a look. Minnesota, like casualty champions of the league this year. Good on them.
The people's champion.
Not just the people's champion. Most casualties across the league champion.
Dude, Minnesota's in a great spot right now.
And
yeah, they are very solid.
Stacked. The only thing that would make this team make me cry would be if when he rolls for the skill on General Bastro, if he gets agility, I would weep.
Oh, because he has to. Okay, I want to point out that this team used to have no rerolls, which is just the craziest thing ever. Fitz is a wild man. Second of all, this team has developed this way with no apothecary. What in the actual fuck? Fitz is such a legend.
Well, that's because Fitz belongs with me in the NRA, the No Reroll Association.
Well, he's got 4 now.
He does now.
Which I'm glad, because the team really was kind of a joke with no rerolls. Like even Fitz is hard pressed to make ogres impressive with no rerolls.
True. Now the other thing is that, and I'd have to go back and check on this, I don't know how long any of these ogres have actually been in this league.
Yeah.
If this is their first season, he can just straight up redraft the team as is.
I mean, he should always be able to hold on to at least a bunch of them, because the basic team build of like 5 or 6 ogres, 5 or 6 Noblars, and not a lot of rerolls is not that expensive.
Not that expensive, and the team is already stacked. Now, I think part of that's going to depend upon General Bastro, what skills he pick up when he has to skill up.
Yeah, I mean, he's only at like 130. If he takes 0 rerolls, he's at like 130 or something.
Yeah.
He just takes 11 with no rerolls, which is that means he could theoretically have this team in bronze. That's crazy. Oh, this is part of why I want OWA, and or I might go to eventually Norse or Orcs or something, is I really like having these positional, like for redraft specifically, where you have some number of positionals that can just serve as I really want to keep this legend on my team for another season or 5. I think it's a really strong advantage to have, because I noticed in Elves, I'm like, man, there's never going to be a time where I can just keep a legend on the team for 10 seasons. That's not going to happen. I mean, maybe it's possible. I don't think so though. It's not realistic.
Who knows?
Anyway, yeah, he had a pretty decent season. He killed everybody. Did not
everybody, and ended up finishing in 5th. And so he gets demoted. Like, that's just how
The
gold works. If you're not the top, you're the bottom.
slightly scared. Yeah. Tide
Oh.
Flatwood.
Slightly
Tide.
scared. I did not call
Okay.
this team coming from out of nowhere to win as many
Wow.
games as they did.
It's got 3 ties in a row. That was a big part of what happened here.
It is.
All right. So you moved on to whom?
Slightly scared. Ended up
Okay.
in fourth in gold. Neither of us called, I mean, nobody called Mellis coming out in the top 4 in gold.
Yeah,
But
definitely a big party congrats, especially because gold is such a tough division with so many extremely experienced coaches and very good teams. Like, it's tough to, like, getting to gold, you can do it easily. People fall up to gold all the time. Staying in gold, not so easy.
no. But this team, I like where it's at. I really like where it's at. It is a team that is efficient with its elite skills. There's nothing on this team that you look at and say that's way too broken. It's got to go. Kill it, kill it, kill it. At the same time, there's nothing on the team that, you know, I'm looking at right now that isn't replaceable pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, it's set to just cycle. And if Mellis can keep up with it, Mellis will hold on there in gold for a while.
The only thing I don't totally love is, like, I get the block dodge tackle and the block dodge mighty blow on the wolves, but I just really like sidestep on one or both wolves so that I can safely threaten to push people off the field. And it's really good for a scoring piece that's move and 8 block dodge. That's my one complaint is I get he's got the sidestep cool, but I just think when you've got these like high movement frenzy players, man, it's a real shame not to have sidestep on at least one.
I can see it. The turnaround is clearly whatever he's doing is working.
That's true, yeah. Are these Brawling Brutes? These are not, right?
No.
Yeah. That's so interesting that Brawling Brutes is like it's a rule that really changes the playstyle, and it's do you know who has I could probably go look it up anyway, let's continue. I can look that up later.
Orcs, black orcs, ogres, corn nurgle, I think renegades. I don't remember who else after that. Somebody in the Twitch chat will get us.
Yeah, probably.
All right, Flatwood Smashers. Wolves doing more wolves bullshit. And I refuse to ever call it anything other than that after watching him play in person.
Smashers are in a great spot right now. He's really shown his chops. His rebuilding. He's gotten like smashed a bunch of times in a row, and he's rebuilt like a boss repeatedly.
The other thing that's been kind of wild out of here is how effective just Mighty Blow has been for him. I don't know how many people are aware of this. Bernie came in second in the league for casualties caused from a single player.
Wow. Wild. I mean, he's got pro, right?
Yeah. But you can't re-roll up,
I know.
But that beat out all the guys with claw, beat out the ogres, and it was just chewing through things. Now, part of that, I think, is that the break tackle on top of block tackle mighty blow means that it's way more mobile.
Right, and it's probably getting every blitz of almost all of your blitzes are probably going through this guy.
Right. But the turnaround is he's got a AV busted blitzer that survived the season. That's move 8.
He also did not in any way get the most blocks per game.
No.
Doesn't look like he's even on the first page for blocks, period.
No, Bernie was averaging 1 casualty for about every 4.5 blocks he threw, which is ridiculous off just Mighty Blow.
Yeah. No, wait. Henry Rollins was a little bit better at 2 casualties per game, but Bernie was up with almost 2 and blocks per Kaz. Yeah, he's. Oh man, yeah, it's bad.
It's in, like, if you look, Chasey Lane, 3rd place. That's a block Claw, Mighty Blow, Bloodseeker was 6.36 blocks per casualty, and the two that outpaced her were under 5 without Claw. It's just efficiency on where those blocks are happening will determine way more than having just just a killer piece.
Yeah, I mean, part of it's just luck too, right? Like sometimes, you just get unluckily blitzed and knocked out on the first turn, or sometimes you just, you get a bunch of casualties, but Chasey Lane ain't the one who's rolling, who's rolling the nuts.
Like it
So
happens,
there is definitely
but the other thing is that, especially when I'm looking at something like the Gold League, where we're talking about Bernie, okay? If Bernie's breaking free and is punching Noblars, if Bernie's breaking free and is punching Skinks,
or even Norse lineman,
his mobility gives him the ability to hit those lower armored targets, be able to stack up those casualties faster. And so that mobility actually improves your casualty rate more than necessarily just a Mighty Blow will. And
dude,
I think
Strength 4 Frenzy Mighty Blow is pretty wild, though. I'm surprised. I think it's kind of a miracle that Chasey didn't end up taking most casualties, especially because gold. Like in gold, yeah, you have a target access, but like a lot of time, gold is just tough to get a lot of good blocks, and you get punished if you screw it up.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about our top 2. We'll start with Cold Butte. We love the Butte.
Also in a good spot right now. I mean, his typical like.
I
not
can only assume with some of this that this is just random rolling. And
oh yeah, I'm sure it is.
There's
I
no
mean,
way
that's the
this
thing
is
though.
planned.
Service, a lot of service, we've talked a lot about team building over the time, and like a lot of service is just like having an adaptable team that can never really be predicted.
Oh.
And I think it's what's part of what's so good about Oryx is that they're a real bash team. They've got plenty of tools to run the ball if they need to. They're not the best at it, but they're fine. They're very fine, and they even have break tackle on the blitzers, which makes them like better than very fine, right?
So,
Service is just kind of a wild card because he's gotten on the train of I'm gonna really invest in my big and blockers and they're just gonna be ballers, and they're really good, right? And because he has a crazy thrower who is actually pretty reliable with the dump off play and pretty reliable with longer throws, like it's not bad.
So the thing to remember about Orcs now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these things are developed in a very weird way, but not a bad way. Okay.
I mean, it's probably not optimal, but like he makes it work for him.
Not optimal, but what it has is good. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What people don't realize is that this right here makes Orcs insane. Giving them team captain.
Yeah, and Brawling Brutes.
Brawling Brutes helps develop them like you develop your big and blockers a little bit faster. And yeah, sure.
Oh, a lot faster. Yeah.
But the fact that they are 60k rerolls, every time you burn a reroll, as long as your captain's on the field, there's a chance that reroll doesn't disappear, and your whole team, except for your lineman and your thrower, are armor 10, means nobody's getting knocked out quick.
Yeah. I think if part of the sorry, go ahead.
You don't burn through the rerolls. Don't actually get burned through as fast because you get them back. That 1 in 6, yeah, sure, no one wants to rely on a 1 in 6, but man, it's turn 3, I guess I should burn a reroll. Oh, look, I got it back. Well, that means turn 4, I get to play a lot more risky. I get to play a lot more crazy. Develops this late in the drive, Orcs suddenly turn on and become these weird elf teams. Because they're suddenly sitting on more rerolls than they should have late into a drive for most starting Orc teams or developing Orc teams, which makes them just crazy strong. in the current rules. Stronger than anybody predicted.
Yeah, I think they're also they're like Norse 2.0, where like, what if I could be deadly efficient and have high armor, right? If you look at one part of this is part of I think service, because if you just like take a traditional Blood Bowl player and like, hey, look at this team, they're probably gonna be like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what is he doing? But when you look at it, he has 27 skills across his team. Only 5 of them are premium skills or elite skills, and his team value is high at 174. And I think, he's got 14 players, so 3 goblins, 11 kind of real players, or what?
14 players, but one of them's a legend. One of them's a 205 thrower.
Yeah, but like the fact, it's not just one. He's got, that's a 2, 4, 5 skill, a 3 skill, and then a bunch of 2 skill linemen. The goblins are a little bit of bloat, but not that much. I don't know. I feel like the thing is, like, the troll is really cheap, right? You're getting, 95 is really, really good for like a mighty blow, thick skull, taunt, strength 4, and then one of them gets team captain. That's just a set of skills that, like, yeah, you might not want to pay for them, but what you're getting for 95k is sick, especially because they're move 5. Like, there's no way that cost has anything to do with what they're coming with. It's just really good. And then I think even block break tackle, it's like, you would think they would have block tackle, but block break tackle is almost better for the way that Service wants to play, because he wants to have an incredibly resilient team that can shift from game plan pivot to different styles of play really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of perfect for what he likes to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And then our champion for gold. And I'd like to say people are surprised, but
yeah, nobody's surprised.
Really?
No.
Really?
16 players right
now. Natalie does it again. I think that's the right way to say this.
You know what? I have a feeling that Kristen is going to die pretty soon, because I think Natalie is not one who likes competition or sharing the spotlight. And I just have a feeling that there might be a horrible copier accident in her near future.
I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a copier accident in the near future. I'm, in fact, pretty sure that we've already been told that Winter can keep Natalie for up to 43 seasons if he only drops down to nothing but Raiders. So I think there's a good chance that Natalie will continue to be the raid boss for the NWBL.
That's my hope. Like, I love to hate Natalie. That's like, I love to hate her. That's like how I feel about her. It's like, oh man, I want to kill her. I want to be the one to kill her. Nobody else is allowed.
Yeah, I'm out of that game. I tried that game with Camilla. Best I could do was 2 badly hurts in a season. I'm tired of trying to kill it.
Oh, yeah. I found Winter's just incredibly careful to hide Natalie, and it's very, very difficult to force engagement with Natalie if she doesn't want to engage.
That's part of it. And the other thing is that when you're a 16 roster Norse team with 3 rerolls and an Apo,
it's so hard to make enough of a dent that she can't hide in the middle of the pack.
Well, it's even when you can get to her, what are you going to do? He's just going to punch her right back, and Natalie's going to get up and run off with the ball. Like, if you don't break the armor on that armor 8, Natalie's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Fowler too, of course.
All right.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and talk about the cups real quick. Bourbon Cup. What are we thinking?
Bourbon Cup. I've looked a little bit. I think from the get-go, my snap favorites is Richie McCaw on Skaven.
I think it's going to be
pretty frightening. Yeah, I have to fight it first round. So I think if we both get average dice, he probably wins. Of course it could go my way, and it could go my way hard. We'll see. But I'm definitely not like easy game in the bag.
No, absolutely. And I think
Megamind
that actually sets up a fairly weird collection. Like if the plus agility Doom Diver finally turns on for Gringotts, that can be a very scary thing for other teams to face. I
yeah, that's kind of
don't see it beating Jaeger.
yeah, probably not.
Dice can be dice, but I think Jaeger comes out of there. If the Skaven's dice turn on, that puts, I mean, doesn't that put Underworld versus Richie's Skaven? So it would then be a Skaven
Yeah.
on, effectively a Skaven on Skaven battle.
Which is actually I don't know how the Skaven match is, but I played elves into Underworld and I found it very tough. It just fouls you every turn. It's like you just don't have a lot of guys after a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in so it could kind of go either way. That's kind of interesting.
It'll be
I
interesting to
think
see how far Coach Buck makes out with the Muck Ducks. I mean, he won
yeah.
his division. I can expect him going pretty far.
Where is he in the
And
lineup? He's on the bottom.
he's on the very
No.
bottom. He gets Alberta
Yeah.
King's Orcs. Then he gets Quix's Old World, which could be a problem for him.
Yeah, Crix's team is honestly Albert. I mean, Alberta King could be a problem for him. That's like a freaking solid. Have you seen his team?
I have. The only catch there is that he's a 1340 on that team value into the Ducks' 880. So
Yeah.
you're coughing up over 500K. He's going to be rolling in with at least 5 big guys. You know, I'm not sure your unskilled big and blocker is going to do much to him.
So that's the other thing is I don't love about this build is like the blitzers are good, but I really like that orientation of really investing in the blockers and letting your blitzers just kind of like get whatever star player points they can manage. And this is sort of the opposite where he's got the block troll, he's got the the 3 skill or the 2 skill and the 2 skill blitzers.
Well,
So I think I'm sure over time it'll be fine, but I think this is a weaker team than if you had two 2 skill blockers and less stuff on the blitzers and one of your team captains was a blocker.
The other thing is I don't like block on trolls.
You think it's not worth the 50K?
I think if you're going to put a goblin on your line on your roster at any point in time, bullseye's a better skill.
Okay.
Otherwise, what's that goblin doing? You've only got one, so you're not using it to foul. Otherwise, you pick up 3 or 4, and that way, when one gets sent off, next drive you just pull another one in to start fouling again.
Yeah.
So what's he doing? He's not your ball carrier.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I like. So what I like about block on the troll is that the troll. Okay, so what I prefer is guard into block because I think the troll's main job is to sit around and not block things, or like you need to sometimes, but like the threat of really stupid sometimes means that just sitting there and being a big guard is better. And like block is nice for that because it's a lot harder to knock you down on a 2 die against. But okay I see what you're saying. Like,
I'm okay with the guard first. I could also see like a pro first. Don't throw blocks, just projectile vomit every turn.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stand right next to me. I'm going to check your armor. I've got to reroll for when I roll the ones. And we're just going to play the game of eventually your armor fails and I'll start moving around going somewhere else. Other than that, I'm standing right here and I'm just knocking you down.
Yeah, I like the pro a lot because it works on your loner, or it works on your you're really stupid. It works on your throw teammate. It works on the vomit. It works on your blocks.
Yeah,
it's just a good skill. All right. Yeah, I like it. I think the block is. I think the block is fine. It's a little bit tough at 50K because I think the main advantage of the troll is it's durable and cheap, and 50K to the cost makes it durable. It's not cheap anymore.
Yeah, and
so
again, I think that's coughing up a lot going into the Muck Ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's gonna be an interesting game.
Russ Castronovo to knock out the Pick-Me Goats. Moggers versus Dusty Knuckles will be an interesting matchup.
I actually think Quicks is going to have a hard time against Muck Ducks. I don't think he can. I guess he's only given. Yeah, I don't think he can handle like five strength four or five. I mean, five strength five.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Muck Ducks if they come out on top of the Orcs, I expect them to shoot up really far.
Yeah.
But I expect Rose Castronova to do well against the Pygmy Goats. The Pygmy Goats just aren't developed enough to do anything. But
yeah, I haven't
like
had
I
a great
said, the Dusty Knuckles Tomb Kings, who 4-3 record,
yeah, they led their
showed that he knows what he's doing with them.
He's also got a lot of guards.
5-1-1.
Yeah, but Moggers, I actually don't think Moggers love playing against TK. I think, I mean, it's probably fine because in a lot of ways, I think Undead are stronger in their base roster than Tomb Kings, but not having, not going from I have 2 strength 5 and use them to get advantage and beat your team up to I am outstrengthed by their 4 strength 5s, 2 of which have guard. I think we'll see if he can adapt.
And is giving up 40k in inducements.
Yeah.
The Moggers are coughing up 40k in inducements. So
right.
I think the Dusty Knuckles could pull that one out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm calling it like a 50-50. I don't really know which way it's going to go. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. The banker's pretty good. I just don't know. Whoever is going to face Russ Castronovo, whose team is honestly in a pretty good spot, but is probably not. It's not an easy matchup, I think, for Nobility.
I think it's going to be a rough one there. So what do you think? Who takes all of the Bourbon Cup?
Honestly, I think Muck Ducks, because I think what's going to happen is I think Muck Ducks are going to sweep this side. I think they're going to run into. Oh, that's a tough one. I think they're going to run into the banker. I think there's just too many things that can go wrong for TK, and I think he's going to overcome. On the other side, who's going? I think Bucky's going all the way. Bucky's like so good. Oh man, nope. Oh man, he's gonna have to fight? It's gonna be Richie. Really, it's gonna be a really exciting game to see Bucky versus Richie. Richie's given up what? He's got 122 right now, so he's got a couple games to go. But Bucky's at 105, 104, so he's not getting that much. I'm definitely curious. I think that it's gonna come down to Muck Duck versus Billy Bally. I think Muck Duck's gonna take it through sheer weight of attrition.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like Muck Ducks. I think it's really going to come down to what happens in it. I think if the Moggers beat the Dusty Knuckles, I think they might actually be a threat to the Muck Ducks. And it's just because the tackle on the Whites. Tackle Mighty Blow guard is just scary for Snots to have to deal with.
Yeah.
I think if the Dusty Knuckles win there, it's going to become a roll-off if they can outluck through the Muck Ducks. I can see them going pretty far. Top half, I kind of agree. I think it's going to be a 1793ers Billy Bally, which one of those two is going to be what we're dealing with there. I think Bill Bally might have the edge. I'm going to say Bill Bally takes the bronze trophy. I'm going to say they somehow outluck through and make it through.
Okay. Yeah, there is a chance that I beat Richie, which I would love to. I would love to beat Billy Bally. I just think I'm not favored because I think his team is better developed and better at winning at this team value than mine is.
All right.
And I'm giving him a wizard too, or I'm giving him more than a wizard potentially. So
EFL.
All right,
Cup.
and then EFL Cup. Okay, so let's see. We got there's going to be some spicy matches. I'm really curious to see the Hyper versus Cabs game. Jovian Justman has not had a good season, so it could just be a wash. But it's honestly the team itself is in a pretty good spot. I'm guessing Daniel probably takes this half, and I think it seems very likely that Boozers
I think
also.
top half's going to come down to Cold Butte versus Banana Boys.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's
And
what we're
it's
looking at.
just
And
going to
then
be whose luck holds out that game.
that's interesting. I'm so happy that Karak Doom got matched up with Wintergreen because we've got the Natalie off. Who will be the best Natalie? Leatheros Spitestorm or the OG?
I got to take the OG. It's winner.
I mean, the redoubt is incredible, but the winner is definitely. I mean, there's a reason he keeps being in gold and actually winning it sometimes. I
I'm
think
actually bottom
Fitz.
half, and this is going to be an old throwback. I'm calling Wolves' magic to carry him out of the bottom half somehow.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
somehow he gets up there after the Natalie off. I think the Natalie off beats the Norse 10 from Averone and then falls to Flatwood.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going a different, like, crazy take, which is I'm saying I think Minnesota is going to take it all the way. They're in a super scary spot. I think, I mean, look, they've got a tough game because Skaven are one of, they're going to beat the hell out of Grimhagen and Gobhobblers. But Fitz is good. He can beat people. If he beats Gobhobblers, which I think is probably 50-50. Like, he's really good, and Gobhobblers are maybe a little bit risk heavy, but it's still Skaven and Ogres. So if Fitz beats Gobhobblers, I think he could easily get the edge over Smashers. I mean, Wolves is never easy, but I can see it happening. And then I think that Cascade Surcharge is going to get out of Karag Doomkiller with a lot of injuries and beat Norse 10 from Averone, but again, get a bunch of attrition, and that Fitz is just going to steamroll over. I think it's going to come down to Fitz versus Boozers, and I think Boozers is going to win because orcs are
They're
dumb.
stacked and they're orcs.
Yeah, and it's like Boozers is in a really good spot right now. I don't know though. I say, you just
The
kill all
only
this
thing
stuff.
that makes me hesitant to say that Fitz is going to go that far, okay, is Titchy. When the Gobhobbers, if I'm remembering right, I mean it's Fitz has been ball carrying off of Noblars. Noblars have Titchy, which means it's a 3+ dodge into the cage if he cages with Noblars. And Noblars don't have sure hands. That ball pops out on a blitz. It's the problem I always ran into taking any stunty team into Skaven. And I think it's the same issue Fitz is going to have to deal with. If Fitz has an answer for that, he overcomes. But if he can't cage with the Noblar in between 4 ogres and walk that up the field, I think the Skaven Blitzers with strip ball is just going to be too much of an issue for the ogres to overcome.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, I definitely think you have options, right? You can just do partial cage with ogres, and you can just carry the ball with an ogre. And like the Skaven really don't like. Even if you're down 3 ogres, because you got one on the corner, one on each diagonal, and one in the center, so that they're at least on the 4 up, right? And they're still doing a 2-die against. Like even in that case, like you can actually just beat them up with 3 ogres and a bunch of Noblars. Like you're gonna lose a bunch of Noblars, but I definitely don't. That's why look, if it was Fitz with let's say it was Fitz with orcs, I'd be like, no, I think Fitz is gonna take this. Like he's gonna find a way, right?
I think ogres Fitz the only thing that tame Fitz.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think he's like the best player in the league, but he is very dangerous. And even with ogres, he is very dangerous. So I'm definitely curious to see. And you know what? We've heard that actually the Natalie off is going to happen after this cast.
Wonderful. I'm here for it, but I think
I'm calling Minnesota the People's Champions for the EFL Cup. And then wait, prediction for the Final Cup. Who's going to win it all?
I think it's Fitz's year.
You think he's going to take the FA Cup?
I want him to take the FA Cup.
You want him to take the FA? Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if he will. I want him to.
Yeah. Well, who am I going to call? I'm going to call, let's see, who's in really good shot? Who's going to be in good shape after a tournament? I'm going to call Cole Butte. They lost their moment in the sun, tying with Natalie and losing on tiebreakers. I think this is Service's moment. I think he's going to win the FA Cup.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of Gone Buck Wild. You know what? I was thinking we need to get Otta on here as our like stats guest. We need to have some comic guest appearances, I think.
Well, let's set that up for after the FA Cup.
Totally. Yeah. Especially because I don't have as much time for stats as I used to. I freaking love stats, but it's just like life. So yeah, we'll do another cast. So the goal going forward is to try to do, a cast in between seasons, a cast after the cup, and then a mid-season cast, because I love predicting what's going to happen and then going back around game 3 and 4 and being like, all right, who got the good start, and then seeing what you can figure out. So we'll be back in a couple of months after the cups are all concluded.
All right. And thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Cathaidan for running the stream, getting all the technical stuff taken care of, and hosting. It's been great. Of course, we miss you, Bucky, but, we wish your wife well, and we know you'll be back whenever you can. All right. Have a good night, folks.